Hello, this is Anthony Dixon. Welcome to Survivors of the System, SOS. Today, we have an amazing individual that is going to be telling us about some technology program that he mans in with others. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. Can you please introduce yourself, sir?
Mr. Dixon, thank you so much. This is Brandon Jeffries. I am the Director of Programs and Youth Services at Queens Defenders, and I also support the adult services, most notably the Immediate Access Program that assists reentry, and I look forward to talking more about that. But it's a pleasure to be on and representing Queens Defenders.
Right. Welcome to this segment of SOS. It has to do with technology. There's always a technological divide that we speak about in this space when we deal with individuals from long-term incarceration, even short-term coming home, how there's like a 5 to 7 year advancement in all technology spaces. So, Mr. Brandon, can you please tell us about this amazing tech organization that you guys offer, and the requirements and the scope and everything, please?
I'd love to. It's my pleasure. The Immediate Access Program, it assists by way of really trying to bridge that digital divide. So it originated during the pandemic in 2019, and we are in its third cohort that is launching February 2nd. What we provide is a level of some digital competency, as well as we provide some incentives, but most notably, we assist in the resource management. What do I mean by that? Well, first, we offer a smartphone device, which we think and we know in this day and age is as important as having a wallet. So along with that, that is free. And even if somebody did not finish the program or says, you know what, they have some other things that's going on, that phone is yours. It also comes with a 5-month data plan, and that 5-month data plan is unlimited. The 5-month data plan does work where you have to be a part of the program throughout its stage. And along with that, we have milestones, and that's what I really love about it, because we really customize the service and the career aspirations, the job goals, anything that someone that is coming home wants to work on within themselves and for their future. We have a technology navigator to assist them on that. The tech navigator is kind of like your personal concierge. You hear from them between 2 to 4 times a week at times that work best for you, and navigate through what is currently going on in your world. Could be healthcare concerns. You're trying to get insurance. It could be trying to get your ID. We all know, and finding a job is hard in this day and age, especially with webinars and the importance of being able to get on Zoom and WebEx. That's something that we assist as well. And it's really meeting them where they're at. I myself, when there was a tech navigator that had to step down, I was fortunate enough to work with a few participants, and I helped a gentleman out with finding housing. He had a voucher, and he was struggling with some serious barriers. And rather than taking him through ID assistance, that was covered for him. Job readiness, he was in the union. He wanted the peace of mind of being able to have his own apartment. And that was where we were able to meet him at.
This is great. Let me ask you about more of the criteria and the requirements. Do an individual have to be in New York State, the 5 boroughs? What?
That's a great and poignant question, sir. The first thing that I'd like to share, I'd be remiss if I don't say that this is a collaborative project with Queens Public Library. So Queens Defenders and Queens Public Library works together to create this. And part of its creation initially was that it had to be for those that are on parole in Queens. As you know, whenever there's a project that's launched, we start to see different ways in which we can impact more individuals, and we start to realize the realistic impressions of what is going on in that sector. And with the reentry sector, we wanted to impact more than just Queens, so it is open to the 5 boroughs. Beyond the New York State, that is a barrier that we haven't been able to overcome yet. So everybody that has been a part of our cohorts, they have been within the New York State.
And do an individual have to be on parole? Can they be off parole? Is probation included? What?
For this particular program, it is specific for parole. We understand that the need is great all across the board, and I'd always like to mention that Queens Public Library, Queens Defenders, we have services that is for the community. So some of the services that's even within this immediate access program, we offer on a day-to-day basis. If someone needs assistance with job readiness, Queens Public Library has uh, the Job and Business Academy. For those that need assistance or potential legal consultation or immigration services, even if there's some ID basic necessities, Queens Defenders provides that. So there are definitely some levels of support that we would do, whether someone is in New York or out of New York. But if you came to us, we will be sure to support. But it is a Queens Defenders borough-based program.
Right. You had mentioned on job readiness. So it sounds like you also offer assistance in resume building, cover letters, and things of that nature outside of the preview or tech of your tech program. Is that correct?
Absolutely, sir. One of our great, service core components that's inside this program is we help with connecting them to the Job and Business Academy, which is within Queens Public Library. They have some great staff members that are more than willing, and once they hear that this is a referral from the immediate access program, it gets its priority, it gets its level of customization, and we make sure that they get their resume doctored up. We make sure that they are comfortable with mock interview preparation. Even the in-between time, if they're waiting for that appointment with the Job and Business Academy, Queens Defenders has job readiness assistance. So we definitely work in a dual capacity to support on those service components that simply can't wait sometimes.
Amazing. How long has this program been around? The number of people it has equipped with tech skills, some of the things I'm thinking about, and tell us about some of your successes thus far.
Happily. For one, we've been around for about 2 years, and I'd like to personally acknowledge you, Mr. Dixon, for allowing us the opportunity to impact a number of participants throughout the cohort so far. Each cohort operates and supports 25 participants. Now, we both know that that's not enough, but what we want to do and what we believe we are doing is showing the need, and that will forge its way to increasing its capacity. We realize that while 25 might seem small, with our third cohort we're going to be impacting 75 individuals in total for this continued pilot program, and with quality seriously customized services. So the one thing that I do want to bring up that I know that you asked was, what's the criteria? Quite simply, if you are on parole and you are highly motivated to move forward with your steps in your life, you take one step, we'll take three. We're really here to support those that want to make that change and remove those barriers.
Right. I had one individual recently ask me about your program, and they was off parole since September. We're now in January 2022.
Yes,
They do not fall within your preview. Is that correct? He was off
if
parole
they,
since September.
that's okay. Our
Okay.
requirement, and we're fortunate enough through this funding program through the IMLS system, that it encourages the range of somebody that is just on parole. That could be somebody that was recently released. It could be somebody that is 6 months or even a year removed. It's to impact those that are dealing with the pandemic and the digital divide and the barriers that come with that. And we realize that sometimes somebody could be out for quite some time and still need some assistance. And that shouldn't be a stigma, that shouldn't be held against them. That means that we should be running to their aid because they may have needed this sooner and they didn't have that.
I really like your all-inclusive criteria and how you are not duty bound by a certain number, but you're looking for what the problem is. Um, my next question is somewhat what someone might consider a little touchy. Are there any programs that you know or might know that are similar to yours? And if so, can you please let us know some of the things that might differ?
Mm. The one thing that I'll say is that,
I'm
uh,
asking you to make a comparison, of course.
yeah, um, uh, I will say that we are all different in our various ways. I'm not going to necessarily say one is better than the other. I've had the fortune of learning more about the reentry programs that are out there, from the Exodus program to Fortune Societies to Hudson Link. There are a number of programs that are out there, and I'm happy to see the growth in this sector, which is also equally important. And I'd be remiss if I don't mention parole prep. The way we all work together is how we can make sure that the healthy referral, the healthy handoff, can make an individual feel like they are encouraged, inspired, and taken care of. Because for too long, for too many years, we found our brothers and sisters dealing with barriers and feeling like they have to deal with these barriers alone. There's also a task force of sorts that's in a number of boroughs, but I'm actually on the one in Queens, and it meets bi-monthly. It encourages those that are reentry programs to come together, share their services, provide opportunities, and I'm happy to say that I see all of our programs working together on that end. So I hope that we continue to unify.
Great. In this discussion, Brandon, I couldn't help but ask that question about the comparison. And I like the way you touch base and pass the baton to others that are also doing this space. It reminds me that it takes a village to raise a child, and it takes multiple different services to put us back together again, individuals that's been dismantled and crushed by the plight of mass incarceration inside of New York State. We're doing more time now. When I say doing more time or issuing more time than ever before in New York State history, individuals are doing half a centuries, a quarter, as they call them, 25 years to life. In fact, 1 out of every 3 individuals in New York State prison have a life sentence. That's the second largest ratio inside of the country of individuals with life sentence. And so you guys are coming at an hour that really answers a situation that individuals released from prison find themselves. I want to also touch with something you said that's very dear to me. You seem to, with your partnership with others, seem to have reckoned with the fact that there's no competition.
Agreed. And it's not always easy from an organizational standpoint, but when you step back and recognize the humanity of it all, and realize that my brother, my uncle, my sister, my niece may walk into another organization's door and need services, I want to know how I can help that organization. It allows us to realize that it's not this imaginary name or this imaginary figurehead, but these are real people. And if they can be supported by something in my organization, I'm going to find by some way, shape, or form to support to that end.
Right. I want to give a shout out to Dream Deferred, similar organization that does something like this as well. That they're doing amazing work in this space too, and I I feel that my obligation is not to my organization where I get my salary, but to my people.
Yes. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. But please continue, sir.
Right. Any additional plans you guys have down the road?
Uh, our plans are to continue to make this sustainable, to increase its capacity. I'd love to share my plan. My plan is to continue to see any gaps that are going on within reentry services and to fill them. You know, we can't just hold our hat on the fact that we figured out a little niche. I don't want this to be a niche. I would like this to become a organizational lifestyle where we are trying to figure out ways to support those that are coming home. One of the things that I do when I converse with them, with those that have come home, from the beginning, I say, "Welcome home, King. Welcome home, Queen." You know, whether it's 6 months, a year, or 2 weeks, I want them to know that I'm looking forward to being a part of their journey, because their journey is my journey, and by the same token, my journey is theirs. So I know that you shared. You know, is there anything anecdotally that I could bring up? And I can tell you, I have been fortunate enough to be inspired by so many of the men and women through this immediate access program, and I pour out, you know, whatever services I've learned and skills I've learned, I bring it to them. So I've supported them with ERAP assistance. I've watched my tech navigators help with self-publishing. I've
Wow.
watched, it's been just amazing, Brother Dixon. You know, I can't emphasize it enough. You know, seeing a number of them, you know, take advantage of the CDL licenses makes me want to find more. It makes me want to say, you know, I got to help out my brother, you know, without bringing up anybody's names. But it's been just so inspiring, and to see the level to which one is willing to move by themselves uh just inspires me to try to be a helping hand. And I
And
know that yeah,
not no. So go ahead, please.
you know, and even when uh there's a lack of, to still see within the day, they'll say, "Hey, if I see what you're doing over here, if you ever need some assistance in volunteering, I'm happy to help. If you ever, the willingness to give
Hmm.
makes me just you know, want to assist at all hours of the night. Now, I'll be honest, my tech navigators, I do express to them, you know, that they have to have some moments of reprieve and they have to pace themselves. But, you know, I'm fortunate enough to say that I don't have to. So whether it's on the weekends or if it's at night, if somebody needs assistance, I do want them to know that if they run into any law situations, they can contact us. We're Queens Defenders. We're a public defense firm. One of the first things that I say
Wow.
is that they have representation. If they're worried about violating parole in some way, I get them in contact with the parole attorney, Mr. Manai Tafari. If there's something that might be happening at their shelter or at a local area, and I had them get in contact with our special projects director, that's an attorney, Colin Joseph. So we really want to make sure that they're not only seen but supported and feeling like they have the proper support to get them where they want to be.
And by the way, do you guys do parole violation hearings and things of that nature too?
So the one thing I'll share is that, you know, we have a parole attorney that works in that component, but I believe he works specifically with the clientele that is through MOCJ and through our city's funding. But along with that, he goes above and beyond. And while this is not even necessarily his capacity, he's like, "Brandon, anytime you need, I will answer any questions. I will touch base with their PO or help to guide their steps on what is needed to go forward." And we're blessed to say that there have been a couple of times that has happened, and I've been able to put him on the phone with the gentlemen and with the women that need, and it having that backing goes a long way.
Wow. Amazing. Um, I'm really thinking about uh let me actually are there anything else that you feel our listening audience should know about this amazing tech program and other things that you offer?
I appreciate that, Mr. Dixon. One thing that I'll share is that while this is, cohort by cohort, one thing that I always tell the participants is that that doesn't mean that that's the end of us supporting their journey. So while the 5 months is where you get the free phone and the data plan, but the services, and that's whenever you need. So if you do decide to move forward with this program or not, just know that we're here to help and we're here to serve. I'd also like to mention some of our services that go in tandem. We have a food distribution that takes place every
Wow.
Wednesday in Queens in 2 locations, one in Far Rockaway, which is on 1922 Mott Avenue, and the second that is in Jamaica, Queens. So that's 14802 Jamaica Avenue. And this is important because at 2 p.m. At both locations, we make sure that they have a week's worth of food, perishables and non-perishables. We do understand the need for having non-perishable food, for depending on the living circumstances. So we also will accommodate that. And we also will support for the job readiness. We have, some gently worn and some new donated clothing to be able to support those that are going for interviews and looking for sources of employment. So these are some of the services that we do to support not only the immediate access, but for the community.
Right. We're near a close right now. I did have the opportunity of inviting a surprise guest today. Dejan, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, hi everyone. How you doing? And I see Brandon over there. Hey, Brandon.
Dejan, my brother, it's so good to see you, man. So good to see you, King.
How you doing? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man.
I'm sorry I jumped in so late, man.
No, actually, I wanted you to come in now, and we all are being recorded, by the way. As you know, we've been talking about the Access Program technology benefits that you yourself is a recipient of. You wrote inside of the SOS chat when we first posted this flyer. You wrote to the whole group, it's around 80 to 90 people inside the chat. It says, "This is totally accurate. I had the benefit of experiencing the help of this program. They gave me a brand new Samsung A21 access to certification online training for a year, if I like, gift cards every month, and just pure peer support that was spot on. Please apply if you can use any of the resources they have. I do not champion a lot of programs," you said.
Wow.
And then you went on to say, "because of inaccuracies, but this program is spot on." Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yes, as you stated, I do not champion a lot of programs. From the moment that they talked to me and we got on a phone call, they were very forthright in their approach, like their willingness to help, and it was consistent. They didn't waver. Like a lot of programs, they don't have that tenacity where they constantly making sure that you're okay. And it wasn't just that they made sure I was okay. They actually put words to action. Like, a Samsung A21 phone is top of the line. So
that's better than mine, that's for sure.
Yes. Not only did they give me a phone, it was the monthly help through the cards that they gave me. I appreciated that. But more so, it was the moral support.
Wow.
Are you okay? I really appreciate it. Sorry, guys, I had disconnect the call, but just their ability to understand the difference between just giving somebody a card and letting them walk away, or giving somebody a card and asking, how you doing? What are you doing? Where can I assist you? And I was more than happy about that. I mean, I can't express, you know, how happy I was with the way they conducted themselves as an organization. And the certifications that they give you online for Coursera, top of the line courses. And for them to actually tell me that I can take it for a whole year, you know, as much as I wanted to get certified in different, you know what I'm saying, realms of computer coding and whatever it is I wanted to do, they was willing to support. And when it came to jobs, they constantly bombarded me with then opportunities. And I was appreciative about that. Just so many different things I could say about them that I appreciated. So I thought it was paramount that I explained to everyone on there, please do not pass these services that's being offered to you, because I believe, you know, that they have something great that they can offer to our community. And that's why I told SOS to please utilize those services if you need them, so to speak.
Mr.
Wow.
Huffman, I'm humbled, and it's been an honor to serve you in your journey.
I appreciate it. I truly appreciate it, man. And your approach, Brandon, man, it's just strong, you know, and it's approach to help. And that's what I admired, you know, like, wow, he's humble, but he's serious about helping. It's not a joke or something. And I really appreciated that, man. So thank you. Definitely, man.
What a commentary and a testimony to how you are really making an impact in this space at this day and time, Brandon, you and your team. And I commend you and encourage you to continue this great work. How can others benefit from your program? Well, they would have to get in contact with you. One way is to contact me. My name is Anthony Dixon. I work with the Parole Preparation Project, and I have a chat that me and others administrate, including Dejan. And he's one of the beneficiaries of this amazing programs. I'm always recommending individuals to take this program. And more than a program, I like what you said earlier, Dejan. It was the moral support. That's the human-centered approach that I hear in that. So, Brandon, closing words are yours. How can we get in contact with you? Any closing words?
Please, I appreciate it. And Mr. Dixon, I just want to also publicly thank you. You know, you took the time back in the first cohort to hear about this new program, and you doubled down and bought into this because you saw value in ways that we can continue to line up and work together. We don't take that for granted, and we're thankful for that. Your healthy referrals. There have been so many unique people that have not only gotten value from this program. Let me personally say that they've added value to my life. So I want to thank you for that. I can be reached through two ways: by my email, which is bjeffries@queensdefenders.org. So that's BJEFFRIES@queensdefenders.org. I can also be reached on my work cell, 929-462-7473. And
some of that went out. Can you say it again, please?
You can also reach me through Mr. Dixon, because he's been amazing with the
right
cohort that's taking place February 2nd, around February 2nd. So even if you're a couple of days removed, or if it's a week removed, you know, just even if you feel like, you know, it's too late, it's never too late. Please reach out. We will find a way to support and help you on your next steps. Thank you.
Right. Excellent. Thank you so much. This has been the highlight of my day. It's Friday. I would also like to share my screen with you for a minute and see, can I bring any of this up to you? Can you see that?
Yes.
This is the flyer that you guys send us routinely when one of your cohorts are ending and you're getting ready for another sign up. This is the immediate Access Technology Program. And as you can see, my favorite word on here is the word free training, free smartphone, data plan, technology assistant, gift cards, incentives, job skills, and free is at the beginning.
That's right.
He's
And the
telling
phone numbers are attached at the bottom. Thank you so much. You can see the emails. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing again. And
Yes.
we hope to hear more testimonials about the amazing work that you guys are doing.
I have
Mr.
to say
Dixon,
that.
thank you very much, Mr. Huffman. Always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
We'll
It's a
have a
pleasure.
blessed day and hope to meet more participants in the future. All the best.